Folks, let it be known to the world that HeirofCarthage was at least like 1 minute and 40 seconds early. That's like a full-on 80 seconds. Practically an eternity if you're some type of android or artificial intelligence. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. That definitely makes up for all the times that I've been late or had technical difficulties, right? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to Mythology. Live from Troy, it's Tuesday night. No, this won't be like Saturday Night Live. It is Tuesday night, and it's in Troy. And I can guarantee, though, that my jokes are probably just about as lame as anything you would see on Saturday Night Live, though. So I guess that... Oh, shots fired. That's right. I had to. I haven't watched that show since probably in 20 years. The last time I watched it was when I was a kid, and it had Chris Farley on it. Anyway, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're going to be streaming some Troy tonight. Warner, welcome. Stephen, good to have you. I know you're up late. Sean, Harry, Crushing Cranial Contents. Now, that is a name right there. Francesco, thanks for joining. King of Canada. The King of Canada is here. Well, welcome, King of Canada. Glad you're enjoying the videos. And we've got new... I can't say that name, but welcome. Chester, thanks for being here. Smedley, I'm doing... are we air yet? Yes, we're air. We're here. Ragnarok, thanks for joining. Keelan, good to see you. So, I'm going to just kind of be doing some chill Mythos campaign tonight. Figured it'd be a nice way for me to relax after a work day. And just kind of get caught up with Odysseus, because I've been a little bit slow uploading this. I've been keeping on top of the Rome 2 campaign, because it has a rabid fan base who would murder me and then salt my corpse, the same way that Rome salted Carthage, if I don't get it out on time for him. So I got to get that out there for him. And I'm a little behind on Troy, but I was like, well, if I stream it, that's like 2 episodes in one. So it'll be a little bit of makeup time. Odysseus has an awesome campaign. I like his campaign so far. I like the Vanguard units, and I like the somewhat unique playstyle that comes with his faction.
A well-placed blade.
So I enjoy it. Gotta get a skill point on Odysseus. Is it just me, or does it sometimes, I think I've mentioned this before, and I'm not bashing him if it does, but it sometimes sounds when Odysseus is speaking like he has a lisp. Does he? Was this a thing? Am I just hearing it? Does it sound like that to me? Again, not bashing someone. I know that's a thing that happens to people, and I'm not saying it like that it's something they have to be ashamed of, but I hear it, and I'm curious whether anybody else hears it. I don't know. It's the way he says Odysseus of Ithaca. Now, and again, if anybody thinks that I'm being mean to the voice actor, I mean, just listen to me speak for a while, and I'm sure I'll say a bunch of stuff a whole lot worse and mispronounced. Oh, boy. Let's see. Which one do I want here? So, heal specialization. So, replenishes hit points of targeted friendly units. Increased hit point replenishment. Replenishes hit points. Reduced cooldown. Let's do the increased hit points. Better get those Rome 2 episodes, you ugly mug. That's right, Francesco. And I've had some funny comments, by the way. I've had some good ones. I'm going to read a few of them out on the next episode. I'm always taunting people in the Rome 2 campaign just to make comments, and so sometimes I'll tell them they should make fun of me, say something about the way... And I've had some really creative comments where they take the opportunity where I've said it's okay to make fun of me, and they do it in a way that's really well done. So I'm going to have to read out some of those comments on the next episode, because they are pretty darn funny. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's good stuff.
Unwavering loyalty.
All the viewers right now on the Rome 2 campaign, and honestly on this campaign too, have been doing a really good job of interacting with the video, and it helps a ton. Speaking of, while you're here tonight, feel free to chat with us. If you're watching this afterwards, feel free to leave some comments. You can watch the live chat live, like a replay of it. You want to see what it was that we were talking about at any given time. And of course, if you've watched the video by the end and you like it, feel free to click the like button. I know that many of you will be feeling all kinds of abdominal abdominal discomfort by the end of this, because listening to my voice for 2 hours and watching me play the game can, generally speaking, only cause sickness. And if that's the case, of course, you can hit the dislike button, since YouTube doesn't offer you a projectile vomiting option. So that's the closest thing you're going to get. Keelan says, are you concerned with Warhammer 3's delay? Nah, not at all. I'm less concerned when they delay it than I am if they weren't delaying it. It's been a lot of years for them creating it. But, yeah. Ajax the Lesser. He's not even the real Ajax. This is like Dollar Store Ajax, right? Is that Dollar Store Ajax? Is that what we call him? I don't want to counteroffer, actually. I just want to reject it. Ambush. Enemy failed to spot our ambush. Well, I got a feeling, and since this isn't a Rome 2 auto-resolve, I can actually auto-resolve this, which is kind of nice. How's it going, Ain't No Meaning? Thanks for being here tonight. HH Ray, thanks for showing up tonight. Marcus, good to see you. And I really do have, like, the greatest viewers and commenters, like, reading comments, and then, like, seeing people who have been sticking with me for a decade or better sometimes. It's pretty impressive, so thank you for all of you who join. Thank you who participate, watch the videos. I definitely appreciate you. It makes my day whenever I get to sit down and make content for you all, and then when I get to go read comments and I can tell that people are genuinely having a good time and enjoying it, it really makes my day, and it makes me excited to go record more, so it, helps me stay motivated, and generally speaking, excited to continue to do this. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm the kind of person who can tire of something and want to do something different. And I'm that way with most things in life. Like, I kind of have to switch off of whatever hobbies I'm doing so that I don't get tired of something. And I've played a lot of games in my many years. I've played many, many thousands of hours of games since I was a kid. And I know for a fact that if I wasn't doing this, like making videos with y'all and enjoying this community, I would almost certainly just be tired of playing games in general. And I swear the reason I'm not is because I get to come and have fun interactions with all of you. So it's very nice. It's very nice. I also get pulled into playing a lot of games with my little boys. They always want me to play games. And tonight, they've been forcing me to play Minecraft with them every day for like probably a week or two. And don't get me wrong, Minecraft can be fun, but there's only so much of it I can take before I start to lose my mind. And so, I was playing Minecraft with them, and I wanted to do something different. And YouTube actually made, and this is probably the most shocking part of this entire story. Brace yourselves, get ready for this, okay? YouTube actually recommended a video to me that I wanted to watch. I know, it is wild. It's probably the first time I have seen their algorithm, like, actually recommend something to me that's relevant and that I enjoyed. And it's from a channel called something like you can beat video games or something. Anyway, he plays retro video games on like the NES and stuff, and has these really cool guides to how you can beat these games. And Metroid Dread comes out next month, and I've always loved the Metroid games, and so I was going to get it and play it. And I was thinking, I was like, I was born way back in the day. Air was all of 3 years old in 1986 when the original Metroid released on the NES. And of course, I had no prayer of beating such a game back then. But I realized, like, even after all these years, I've never beaten the original Metroid all the way through. And I was like, I want to beat Metroid. And so here, sure enough, like, out of the blue, YouTube recommends this video on how to beat the original Metroid game. And I was like, well, the timing couldn't be more perfect. So I know, I feel dirty even admitting this. And some of you might wonder whether the folks from YouTube are here in the room with me pointing a gun at my head to make me say these things, but it's true. They actually they actually recommended a video I wanted to see. So, I mean, it pains me to admit it even. But rather than have hope that I'll continue to get that, I'm just going to take it while it lasts and be excited. So yeah, I'm trying to beat the original Metroid, and I was playing through that tonight with my little boys, and my younger boy, he's like, this game stinks, it looks old. And then my older boy, of course, he'll watch anything that I play, and he really liked it. And so he would have sat there and watched me play it all night. But yeah, anyway, I got pretty far. I think we're headed into the final part where we're going to go fight Mother Brain. So anyway, it's fun so far. I'm having a good time with it. King of Canada says, I love playing classic Pokemon games on a PC emulator. Yeah, emulators are really cool. Gives people the opportunity to kind of go and re-enjoy those games. But not only that, like, you don't even have to necessarily have a PC emulator. Like, you know, Switch brought a whole bunch of classic NES and SNES games to the Switch console. I think they're going to bring some N64 titles in, too, if I heard right. That would be absolutely awesome. I don't know if they will or will not, but I sure hope they do. I'm going to go ahead and push in here now that we've weakened up those clubmen. Yeah, I really like the Switch. There's a ton of fun stuff on it. Hey, Captain Awesome, good to see you here. Thanks for joining in. I know you said you've been playing the Switch a lot lately, too.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Yeah, the Switch is like the only console that I have. Oh my gosh, my general is getting absolutely owned. I've never seen my general take so much damage from an archer. Does the type of archer matter? Like, is Trickster different than like what Odysseus is? Because I've never seen Odysseus actually do any dang good. Okay, we busted through some of these spots. I'm going to start pushing into the settlement. I've got my Harpies and Harpy Fiends here. Just beat Bioshock 2 and started Infinite on the Switch. Yeah, see, I mean, you know what I really want? I want them to port the Master Chief Collection onto the Switch. I don't know if it's possible to get it all on there, but surely you can get, like, Combat Evolved and Halo 2. But, I mean, since it runs at 720p, I feel like they could probably do it, right? I think they could get the Master Chief Collection on the Switch. That would be absolutely amazing. Like, getting to play Master Chief Collection on the go on the Switch. I actually really like the Switch Pro controller, too. It's a nice controller. I don't know if I like it quite as much as the Xbox controller. And I don't know where people get off with this idea that the PlayStation 5 controller is better than the Xbox controller. Like, a PlayStation controller has almost always been worse, in my opinion. Mostly just because I really like the offset joysticks on the Xbox controller, and didn't PlayStation finally like get with the program and do the offset joysticks rather than having their joysticks parallel with each other? Because that was something I could never tolerate the PlayStation almost entirely because of the fact that they wouldn't like make a controller with the joysticks not offset, and it was just incredibly uncomfortable to play. I mean, I've never had a whole lot into PlayStation's, what do you call it? Their, oh, why is the word escaping me? I don't think Microsoft would make such a deal with Nintendo. Probably not. Nintendo's probably not very easy to deal with, to be fair. And that's even if Microsoft did want to deal with them. I love Nintendo's games, but they're kind of hard noses when it comes to their content and the stuff they do, and in some ways that's good, and in some ways it's detrimental. But yeah, Nintendo is definitely kind of a hard-nosed company about some stuff too, and probably wouldn't be very fun to deal with. And like I said, that's assuming that Microsoft even wanted to deal with them, which no one said they did. So I do like the Harpies being able to just kind of swoop down on certain skirmish units. That is pretty nice. It's the same when you have the Griffin in play. The PS2 Revenge of the Sith was a wicked game. I think they had that one on other consoles too, though, because I think I remember playing the Revenge of the Sith. But maybe not. Maybe I was playing on a friend's PS2. I've never owned a PlayStation. their exclusive games just never really appealed to me that much. And then since I like the controller better on the Xbox, I just always ended up with the Xbox. But I understand a lot of people are pretty taken with PlayStation's exclusive games. And that makes sense. I've seen a few that look pretty good. Nothing that's ever made me interested in buying a PlayStation, but I can understand it. Shadow of Rome was your favorite, Warner? We still have a fight going on technically because this archer general over here hasn't routed. He's got his Aristea going. But as soon as it drops, yeah, he lost all of his leadership. There we go. It's in the battle. Those were the pro PlayStation controllers. The default ones were just like always. Yeah, maybe so. But I cannot use a controller where the two thumbsticks are parallel to each other. It's insanely uncomfortable. I don't know why, but I love having that right thumbstick be lower than the left thumbstick. I really, really like the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, like kind of standard controllers that also work on Windows. Did they change it in the new Series S and X? Did they change much about the controller other than, hopefully making it easier to use your different headsets and stuff with it? I hear everybody raving about the new PS5 controller, and I've seen the picture of it, and I'm like, meh, like just kind of looks like a PlayStation controller. I don't know, maybe it's better. This looks pretty much the same to me. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something great about it that I just haven't gotten to experience for myself yet.
Well versed in combat.
But yeah. Anyway, the Switch is my go-to for a console, just because Nintendo's games are unique. I've always had a love for the old NES games because I played them when I was a small child. And so Nintendo will always have a piece of my heart. Enough so that I actually kind of want to go get their stuff sometimes, versus, say, like Xbox or PlayStation. Outside of Halo, like, I have no, like, video game franchise on a console that, like, really worries me. And with Halo now going to be published straight to computer on launch, the idea of owning a console outside of Nintendo is just completely unpalatable. Now that said, if the cost of computer parts continues to rise, we all may be console gamers soon. This Total War with mythological creatures and characters. Well, King of Canada, Troy is set in, what is this? Is it the Iliad? The Odyssey? I forget. Like, I think it, whichever one was about the Trojan Wars, it's set based on that kind of myth, and you can play the game in a few ways. One is more of a historical mode where you don't have mythical creatures and stuff. One is kind of in between. And the other one is what I'm playing here, which is where there's literally like mythical creatures and stuff. Okay, Warner confirms for me it's the Iliad. Yeah, so it's based on the Iliad, and the version I'm playing is called the Mythos mode. And your characters have all kinds of like special abilities from the gods. You can get mythological units like this griffin. I have a Hydra priest, a bunch of giants. So yeah, it's kind of like Age of Mythology for Total War, except in a much more narrow scope. And it's all Greeks. It's not including really anything else. So but yeah, that's what it's based on. Kind of how this stacks out. I've got some enemies over here, but I can't get to them. Another map here. Diplomatic status. These guys are at war with me down here. Well, I'm gonna have to cut through some factions to get to the next war zone. And honestly, if the faction in front of me isn't Achaean, I'm probably just gonna cut them down at this point, because I want to cut my way through over here to the eastern coast of Hellas. So it says a lot of the mythical creatures in Troy are actually in the from the Odyssey. Well, that's cool. I think it's cool to mix it up. There's no need to like artificially limit. I mean, yeah, it's based on the Iliad, but I don't think they should necessarily limit themselves to that and that alone. If it makes the game better, right? Go ahead and add, some stuff like that. Warner says go ahead and cut through the Achaeans too. We might. We might, it depends. So Odysseus is yet to be moved because I can't... I guess I could come attack this enemy army. Go ahead and try and defeat them. See if they don't run away. I don't know where their base of operations is at, but... Is this, I know I'm not pronouncing this right, but I'm doing this intentionally, because like the English word oil and eus, so oileus. Is this a guy who had like really greasy hair all the time, and like a lot of trouble with acne? Because if so, I know how he feels. Well, I haven't had any trouble with acne in like, probably a couple of decades, but I swear, my hair, if it's like 12 hours from being washed, it looks like most people's hair after like a day or two. He fights with 2 bottles of virgin olive oil. Alright, so what are we up against? Some militia, light swords. I mean, yeah, we should make short work of this army. He's the guy who would hoard all the fuel. That makes sense. Sounds like a hoarder. I can Vanguard deploy a lot of my troops, and I think I'm going to do it. Because I really don't have any concern about very directly engaging the enemy forces here. I'm going to go ahead and Vanguard deploy, and then I'll take my javelins up this flank with all the forest and scrub, and kind of work my way around the flank. I'm going to turn off the skirmish mode, and then I'm going to take my giant Vanguard, can come over here and help me with the Warlord Commander, so I'm going to put them here. And then in the Hydra Priest, Griffin, and Odysseus. But here... I'll just go ahead and run all these troops in kind of one group here. And then I need to hard group all the Vanguard troops. Then I can group the non-Vanguarded troops. Okay. Alright, as per usual, my headset always starts to die during the stream and never during recorded videos, so give me just a second, I gotta plug in my headset. It actually lasts a really long time. I think I'm only charging it like once a week, and I use it quite a lot. Okay, almost done here. Alright, got the headset plugged in. We can continue the butt kicking now.
Victory is close enough to taste.
Yeah, we got a really good charge on their infantry, I believe. I need to get my skirmishers into their own group now. Go ahead and just kind of work all the way around this flank over here. Where's Peter Griffin? I'm going to bring him down to attack Oileus. And then I need my Hydra Priest up here too. He's got some heals and stuff that I really need. And then Odysseus has unit heals too. It's got a very short range though, so we have to be... Got this ability that speeds Odysseus up, so I'll go ahead and use that.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Oh wow, we already crashed through here. Looks like some of my lighter infantry got a little bit bashed up over here on this flank. I'm gonna drop a bunch of javelins all over. It is possible for the sword skirmishers to get beat up a little easier than some of my other infantry. Alright. Hold on just a second, folks. Alright, sorry about that. Mrs. Air was headed out on a snack run, and I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to request something. With all of my sitting in front of a computer screen, I definitely need snacks. I work really hard physically. Whatever, I can't help it. Can't say no to some snacks.
One of your units
Even though I
has
know
no
I don't
more
need it.
ammunition.
He's got a Francesco. No, not quite. Greek Chuck Norris. I love it. Thought Achilles was the one with the heels. Yeah, I don't know. Ketchup chips. Now, I've heard of these things happening in Canada. And listen, I guess what happens in Canada stays in Canada. But, like, I had a Canadian roommate once. And he would take Pringles, like plain Pringles, and put ketchup in between them. And I didn't want to tell him that he might need to be deported for such a crime, but at the same time, you know, I had to at least, you know, give him a hard time. Oh man, New says New Kurodes says, I'm craving Slim Jims. Me too. I've actually got a couple of beef sticks in the pantry. And I'm kind of looking forward to it after this is all said and done. Hey, when the Macho Man tells me to step into a Slim Jim, who am I to deny him, right? Who am I to say no?
I know my duty.
When Randy Savage gives me a command, I obey. Ketchup chips are in the States too. What? What states are these in? What are you guys talking about? Ketchup chips?
A well-placed blade can avert.
I mean, if I ever see someone selling something like that here in Arkansas, I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, we might have to ask them to be arrested or something. Like, that's got to be against the law. Ketchup goes with, like, fries and other certain things. And definitely not on steak. If you put it on steak, you're a monster. Just kidding. Of course, you know, if you buy a steak, you can ruin it however you want. That's how Italians feel about us pouring ketchup all over pizza. Oh, no, please. Not ketchup on pizza. Oh, I don't know what that monster was doing, but that's not what ketchup chips are. Yeah, I'm assuming that you're talking about, like, chips that have, like, a powdery ketchup flavor on them rather than, like, literal ketchup on them. Yeah. I could see that being more of a thing for sure than, like, the literal ketchup, but, like, I had to tease him. I'm trying to remember where he was from. He was from, I think he was from Calgary. Seems like most of the Canadians I met were from the Calgary area. Let's see, 50% line of sight to the host army, or we can give our agent more movement range. New Zealand would call it tomato sauce, not ketchup. Well, I mean, to be fair, Harry, that tomato sauce means something different to me because it's like something I get in a can that I'll use to make like pasta sauce or pizza sauce, but I can totally understand the name tomato sauce because it's literally a sauce for dipping made out of tomatoes, so like that doesn't surprise me. I mean, that seems like a fairly logical name for it. You know what they sold here once, which was totally a southern thing? I think it was Frito-Lay who did it as kind of like a limited time thing, but they were selling great biscuits and gravy chips. And if you're from another country, you'd probably have to go on Google and type in sausage, biscuits, and gravy, because biscuits mean different things, you know, to different countries, especially Brits. And so yeah, you'll have to go look it up. It's sausage, biscuits, and gravy. If you put that in on Google, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, they had a flavor of chips that was biscuits and gravy, which is kind of like a traditional, extraordinarily unhealthy but delicious Southern breakfast that we love to make. Which is typical of most Southern cooking, really. It's incredibly delicious, but extraordinarily unhealthy. But I think a lot of Southern cooking came by means of necessity because the people were, typically speaking, probably very poor. And so you wanted to get as many calories and make the most of the food you were given. And like a lot of their cuts of meat were kind of bad. And, you know, when they had vegetables don't have a lot of calories, but if you fry it, you know, all of a sudden it's a lot hardier, you know, it keeps you working all day. And so I think a lot of people worked hard labor jobs and then, didn't have a lot of money. And so I'm guessing that's where it comes from. Like Southern cooking was probably like born out of necessity. You needed to get the calories because you were going to be working hard all day long. And I'll bet you that's the case in a lot of cultures, honestly. Back in the day, like a worker's meal was probably very different than something that, someone with money would have eaten. I doubt that was unique to the United States. I'm sure it was very common across the world that what the workers ate. The everyday physical laborers probably look quite a bit different than someone who is in, a different type of role, or maybe even an aristocratic class or something like that. Wait, why is he -5?
A seasoned warrior.
That's annoying. I don't remember what gets this guy motivated. Let me go in here and look again. He gets motivated when he ends the turn garrisoned or encamped. When he wins a battle as a defender. Okay, so he likes being encamped. Which he needs to do because he's replenishing extremely slow here. Not ideal. What would Odysseus have eaten? Good question. Does anybody know what the ancient Greeks like to eat? I know modern Greek food is delicious and I love eating it. Even Americanized versions of Greek food I love. But I wouldn't have any problem eating a whole bunch of Greek food.
Odysseus is too cunning to be trusted.
I'm at war with these guys that they are friends with. Pita bread. Oh man, I love me some pita bread. I love pitas. Like I'll go out and I'll buy some lettuce and cucumber, tomato, onion, feta cheese, get some pita bread, and then I'll grill some chicken. Like some chicken thigh, slice it up and put it on the pita bread, with all the vegetables and the feta cheese I just mentioned, and then you get like some kind of, whatever kind of dressing you like on top of it. Some Caesar dressing's really good. You can put some kind of vinaigrette on it, whatever. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Like if you all don't eat pitas, you should be. You don't know what you're missing.
Never faltering.
William McCoy says, "Hey Air, long time no see. Haven't caught you in like 8 months. Long time viewer though. Great to catch a stream. Well, thanks for joining, William. Ketchup pitas? No, don't do it, Smedley. Maybe chickpeas. I don't eat a lot of chickpeas. I know I've had some. I remember liking them, but I just don't eat them much. I'm not very familiar with them." Marcus says, "Never could get into feta cheese." Well, I mean, if someone tells me they don't like feta cheese, it's pretty understandable. Like it's a very strong, like feta cheese is like borderline rotten, like the way they make it, and it has a very sour and salty quality that I like, but it definitely has a hint of rotten. And if your sense of taste were mostly picking up on that, I could totally understand why someone would be like, "How do people eat this? This is terrible."
I can be most useful. Not.
I like it, but like I said, oh no. Critical failure. So is he just... Okay, he's wounded. Alright, we'll get him back. We'll get him back. Wow, man, that lady wasn't having any of it. I went to silence her there, and she just wasn't having it. She wasn't taking that crap off of us. Hey, what's going on, Nikki? Thanks for joining. Good to see you. The Queen of Salt Pennies. Gracing us with her presence. No one has more salt pennies. They have axemen, shielded spearmen. They have a pretty sturdy garrison here. I'm gonna head back and kind of replenish a little better, and then head up here. We built this. Gosh, it'd be great to get Warriors of Ithaca. They're so good. Yeah, the Warriors of Ithaca are absolutely fantastic. I I don't think we can build their building yet because we don't have a tier 5, which means that I can't build the camp version of it either. We need 5 population surplus. So we're still waiting on a lot of surplus, unfortunately. So I can't build it at the moment. Rest in pieces, my aspirations. Still got a lot of gold on this deposit. That's kind of nice. How are we doing, by the way, with our influence here? Did it ever... It's increasing. We're still missing the high influence bonus from all this stuff, so we'll start making a whole lot more money if at some point I can ever get my influence up here. Do any of you all, yeah, that lady was carrying a concealed handgun. Indeed she was. She let us have it, Warner. She gave us the boomstick as soon as we got close. Oh man, that was good.
Always with honor.
It's like, hey, look, here's this lady out here. Be an easy target. Walk up and she's like, blam!
Your cause is mine.
Alright, let's see. Garrison Hero hasn't been moved. That's okay. In this turn, Ajax wants a peace treaty, but oh, he's got a gold mine. I'm never giving him a peace treaty. I don't know if the gold mine still has gold in it, but I'm still never giving it to him. The lady was like, you feel unlucky, punk. Yeah, exactly. Had the Dirty Harry 44 Magnum tucked under the robes.
Words win.
Just let us have it.
I cannot do that.
Renowned Club Warriors? Man, they got some fancy units over here. Alright. I've got a lot of wood and stone. I probably need to go build some stuff. I think that's what you're supposed to do with wood and stone, isn't it? I'm trying to get replenished good because I'm about to go start another war and get the motivation for this guy up. Odysseus needs to replenish a little here too. We don't really have anything in the special recruitment right now other than an exemplary ambusher, and we'll just hold on to that. These warriors of Artemis have some decent missile damage. 41. They're not near as good as my javelins, though. And they wouldn't have a vanguard deploy, I don't believe. Or do they? This is vanguard deployment's a little snake. They do have vanguard deploy. They're certainly not as good at melee, so I'm not sure I want to make that switch. Hey, Regina. I was just determining whether or not I should get a bunch of archer ladies into my army, which I'm sure you would approve of, being as that you're into all the high elves and their bows and sisters and whatnot. Well, let's go ahead and build some stuff here. Let's go ahead and build some stuff. I have... -18 strength and +18 administration efficiency for acting royal decrees. We don't need growth or influence in this province. That would be pointless. We can build these buildings which get us some extra food or wood, but have a negative effect on top. We're not really hurt bad enough that I feel like that we would need any such thing. This gold could be helpful later into a game if you don't have any deposits. Just makes things really expensive to recruit, so that would be pretty rough. So you'd want to make sure you were done recruiting there, I think, before you ever made that move. We can't build any other religious structures. We've already built the one. We can upgrade this one to the Temple of Ares, though. Make Papa Ares feel proud, you know, that we're paying him appropriate levels of attention. I don't need to recruit sirens because they're bad. So I really guess we should just put a military building in here, and that'd be a good thing in the end because it would allow me to These renowned armored slingers are actually pretty decent. These renowned island skirmishers are kind of interesting units as well. I'll go ahead and build the skirmishing building. More range and accuracy than your javelins? More range. I don't know about accuracy. I don't even know if the game shows the accuracy. I think they just put it all into missile damage. I think it's a factor in missile damage, I should say. I'm just going to spend some money back here in our home province. Do little renovations. It's been a while since we dropped some coin on the people of Ithaca. Poured some sugar on them, so to speak. Maddie says, hello, Air. Big fan from the UK. Man, you're up all night. Hope you're doing well, Maddie. Thanks for joining. Says, been watching your content for a few years now. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. You appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight, by the way. As I mentioned back in the beginning of the stream, I very much enjoy getting the opportunity to sit down and just relax and play some games with you all. I mean, I'm bringing in wood at a much faster clip than I am stone, so I'm not really sure that it makes sense to trade a bunch of stone for the wood, because then it just kind of offsets in a bad way. Warner says, how long until you can replace your regular javelins for some FGM 148? I don't know, but not soon enough. This game doesn't have nearly enough gunpowder. CA, please. I mean, did they even read the Iliad? Obviously not.
Shining Odysseus.
Haven't they even heard about the mythological Greek javelin missile? You know? Get your crap together, CA. Alright, so we are now
Spill some blood.
war with this faction. They have some decent units in the garrison, these axemen. Shielded spearmen, not amazing, but I mean, better than these crappy spearmen. Renowned bowmen. Again, nothing insane. We can build siege towers now, which is quite handy. So I'm gonna get some siege towers put together. They only build one at a time. It's kind of annoying. Try and build a few. Continue the siege.
Show no fear.
Scott Reed says, of course, man, I've been watching your videos since high school. Great content. Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate you being here tonight as well.
Victory is assured.
Let's go ahead and make another war down here. War were declared. I'm not going to call Sparta to help with these because I want the territory for myself. I want the power and the territory.
Show no fear.
All of the things. I think we can safely auto-resolve this one. Scott says Ares used a Desert Eagle. Or no, King of Canada said it. I guess he just liked that. I mean, why wouldn't Ares use the Desert Eagle? He's the god of war. He has to appreciate him a fine sidearm, you know?
Make this place ours.
Hey, by the way, we all saw that Romeo and Juliet thing, right? The old Romeo and Juliet from the 90s where they're walking around with guns and stuff, and it was kind of like a more modernized version. So who's to say that Ares doesn't also walk around, you know, a large modern handgun? Who are we to determine what the mythological Greek gods did? What's going on, 5-0? Thanks for joining tonight. I mean, it's a little opulent and almost completely pointless for me at the moment. But that's exactly why we should build a palace for Odysseus. Just to say we did. So, there we go. Everybody's going to wonder where the wood and stuff and the gold went from our empire, and it's because Odysseus has an opulent home waiting on him when he gets done campaigning. Ares is strapped 24/7. He probably is. I mean, he's the
This
god
should
of
be
war.
interesting, if nothing else.
Regina says, I feel like Ares wouldn't be a sidearm kind of guy. Well, what do you mean? You have to have a main weapon, a secondary weapon, sidearm, a knife in your sock or somewhere else. I mean, you gotta have all of them. You can't not have all of them. Alright, the Dorians are gonna sally out against me. I've got the help of Zeus. And, Zeus is buffing my javelin units. Ares is buffing my sword and axe units. So, I don't have any axe units, but I do have sword units. Poseidon's just got the Super Soaker 8000. Don't you know it? Poseidon has a water gun that has so much range and pressure that it just puts a hole right through you. It's like if a hydraulic line, you know, breaks open, people worry because it can, like, cut your limbs off and stuff. That's what his Super Soaker's like. Poseidon has the water gun to end all water guns. Ares is the kind of guy who's like main gun, minigun, sidearm, minigun, knife, minigun. Okay, so he just has another minigun, according to Regina. So I think she's got more of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger and Predator type view of Ares, which, I mean, hey, that's fine. But would Ares also tell us to get to the chopper? I hope he would. I think that was probably the best Arnold line ever, by the way. And these losers need to learn how to Vanguard deploy. Get with the times.
Receiving reinforcements.
Need to scooch over some, a bit out of position. We've got all the reinforcements coming from back here. I'd like to dive in here and get things done quickly. Go after their lord. Try and tie down some of these skirmishers. Move around this flank. Oh, this is not good right here. I'm out of position right here. And my javelins are totally out of position. So, things could be better for me. This is not my best start. It's not my best start.
The foe has sighted your hidden units.
Let's get these guys. Pull some more lights through here. I'm gonna get the Griffin back up and over to come help out the fight against the enemy lord. This poison ability. That's the regenerate. Let's give these guys the poison right here. It should miss my own troops, or at least mostly. Do some healing over here.
Your warriors have spotted.
Yeah, this is
hidden
no
foes.
longer a good pursuit. Oh man, they used an ability on my sword runners. Sword skirmishers, sorry. Alright, well, good news is we've got a nice break going here. Enemy hero should
One of your
be
units has no more ammunition.
about to die. Oh man, my javelins decimated these unshielded club units. Alright, we got rid of their lord. Let's push forward with Odysseus. A little bit of a problem over here. Let's send some help that direction. Griffin, can you come help knock these guys out real quick? These guys need some help. Alright, that blob is looking nice and juicy.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Okay, javelins. I'm gonna push my javelins Or over here, got Odysseus targeting that blob.
To victory!
Let's move up and drop the enemy morale using this ability here. Let's go ahead and get into that. Or no, go get those spearmen. I would clean that one up. I need these lights. Here, charge through, push that stuff. Let's go after this other enemy hero. And now I should be able to demoralize. Doesn't have enough rage.
Bring
Well,
death!
get some rage. Rage it up. Are we enraged yet?
Your hero
There we go.
is under attack.
That should cause a whole bunch of routes over here.
Odysseus!
Now that Odysseus is all fueled up on Rage-a-Hole.
Strike true! Hades awaits you!
I need my ambushers. My ambushers have been playing a little bit of cat and mouse back
Victory
here.
is close enough to taste.
We got rid of all these guys. Just gotta get rid of these archers. Your hero is in bad shape.
Trying to out-talk me!
And it should be relatively easy for me to just get a last couple of routes. As soon as we can get close enough to these renowned slingers back here.
Your warriors have been routed.
Actually, I'm gonna pull back from the renowned slingers and use my ambushers, turn off skirmish mode. Let's just come beat these guys at face full of javelins. Do I really have clubmen? How are these club warriors not routing? I find that extremely difficult to believe. Alright, let's give it to these javelins. Or give it to these slingers with my javelins. Alright, yeah, that should crush whatever small amount
Your
of...
warriors are
That was a
ready.
lot of power bar for a few slingers who were nearly out of ammunition. Maybe a little bit of CA please involved there. What's the deal with the salt pennies? They're just an in-stream currency that you earn from like super chatting, just watching, interacting, subscribing. It's just a fun thing for people to be able to show some loyalty and play around with it in chat. You can duel each other for salt pennies. You can gamble salt pennies. I think there's even an 8-ball that you can ask questions to. I don't remember. 8-ball's a little unreliable.
Is rewarded.
I got an achievement? I don't think I've unlocked a single achievement in this game. Win a campaign battle that results in a blood totem appearing? A blood totem? What is this, Warhammer? The achievements in this game, like, apparently they don't have any, like, just beginning achievements in this game. Let's see, non-aggression pact. Why would I give you gold? Like, get over yourself. Bunch of your stupid barter agreements. Alright, so one of the factions we were fighting against has been destroyed. We got an oration of dread from the gun-toting lady who killed our spy earlier.
Go at them!
Holy crap! Is that what did so much damage to my unit? Oh no, they came out and fought me just now. I was like, wait, was that an agent action that left me that way? It was not. I mean, we should be able to just go ahead and crush these guys. It wouldn't hurt to grab one more siege tower, and I think we are replenishing, albeit very slowly. When do I get my spy back, I wonder? These guys are raiding me. Alright, this army can probably move. This is a walled settlement, though. It's got 16 troops in garrison. It's rather significant. Is rather significant. This army is a little weak. I could put a few more... He and slingers are just so bad. I don't have access to any other better recruiting, and my spy is currently dead, so I can't use them to make a safe haven. I mean, having something is better than nothing. These slingers aren't great, but I mean, they're certainly better than nothing. 7 more to the melee defense. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll just go ahead and throw the Achaean slingers in here. We have to have an active prayer to Artemis, and we have to have Artemis respected. It would only... It would be cool to have these archers. Take a look at the Divine Will. Could do some Hecatomb. We lost some cult level to Zeus. Oh, no, hang on. Okay, let's make sure it's still on Artemis. Rare. Okay. Alright. I'm not sure if I'll like what the gods answer me on the next turn, but... Well, hang on. How come I can't recruit him now?
Experience counts.
A limited number can be recruited into the faction, but only while a prayer is active and the goddess is at least respected by your faction. So I guess maybe I have to wait till next turn before I can do the recruitment. I'll check it and see. Maybe it's because I didn't have that at the beginning of this turn that it wouldn't let me do the recruiting, and perhaps on the next turn it will. I don't know 100% the answer to that. God's response, new phone, who dis? That's right, Warner. They're not expecting me to be calling them. A peace treaty. How about no? Your peace has been rejected. No. I mean, I'm glad that you all respect me enough to be begging for peace, but it's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Alright, prayer is answered. Alright, so does that mean that I can now get those cool archers? Yes! There's 2 units available. Alright, well they're definitely better than Achaean slingers. I mean, no doubt about that.
As you say.
So we'll snag a couple. And then I'll just grab the 1 Achaean slinger. So, I mean, it's a pretty expensive roundabout way to get some archer units that aren't insane, but, you know, whatever. Hey, we get to use our Trojan horse for the first time here. Select a divine ability? We get the Wild Hunt. We're like Orion. Eat your heart out, Regina. Look at this. I got the favor of Orion. This is a cool looking map. That's kind of set back like that. Their army is in absolute shambles. They have no prayer of stopping this. Start our deployments. And who's got the towers? Why did the Hydra Priest... Look at this. CA, please. The Hydra Priest is in one of my towers. Like, there is no amount of CA please that can cover them sticking this 1 weak melee unit into a gigantic tower all by himself. So, yeah. Shameful display. Alright, shameful display. Alright, these are my 3 healthiest. Oh, come on, you can Vanguard deploy your sword skirmishers, but you can't do it with the towers. That sucks. That sucks.
Sons of a killer.
That's his pulpit, not a tower. Okay, well that makes sense, Regina. He was just going up there to say some, you know, Hydra prayers. That makes sense. He just needed to get up there and do some praying to the Hydra gods. My giants break the gate open? Good. Once those units are kind of fixated on something else, I'll bring my Griffin up to give them some attention that they probably don't want, actually. There's spear runners up here. I'm gonna bring my javelins over here as well.
Odysseus!
The foe has sighted your hidden units.
Get you all some close-ups in this siege. I don't get very many close-ups because I'm busy playing, so I'll do what I can to get you all some close-ups. Here's my giants. Love those shields, man. Gorok might be kind of jealous of that shield. It's overly large, but check out how they only have their arm through one of the armholes there. I guess these giants really prefer having all that extra wrist strain. I don't know. Is that a CA please, or do we let them off with that one? You all tell me what you think. The Giants Guild is not very happy with the work conditions.
Forward march. Your warriors are attacking the gates.
That's got to be at least a little bit of CA please, I think. Let's check out the Giants bashing the gates down. I mean, these are big dudes, but they're not looking so big compared to the gate. But they're getting a good workout. Tendinitis. Well, yeah, it probably doesn't apply to fantasy, so that's a fair point, but I can still pretend, you know? Just to get some extra CA please out there. Will these guys go up the ladder faster if I use the Orion Wild Hunt on them? Climb faster. Move it. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. Alright, here's our horsey siege towers we have here. They do look pretty cool. They look pretty awesome. They're sword skirmisher, or heavy sword skirmishers, I believe. Yep. Oh, let's bring in Peter Griffin to go after their lord. Boy, that gatehouse is not coming down anytime soon. Our giants are not having the intended effect. I'm gonna have Odysseus heal himself.
You have captured the enemy tower.
Is this the max unit size? I don't think I put it on the max units. I don't think it's on ultra units. Yeah, I don't think I put it on ultra unit settings. I think it's just on large. I'm used to playing on large unit settings in every Total War. But according to Appius, at least, the ultra units are actually maybe balanced a little better for this game. And I've played some multiplayer battles with him using it, and it's really not bad. I'm gonna move over here and capture this tower because it's just shooting all my guys. How's my bird doing? Over here and help out a little. My giants are supposed to be bashing through the gate. Look, some of them clipped through the gate, and they're now trying to destroy the gatehouse from the inside. So, I mean, that is a rather clever tactic, I guess. I can probably just capture the gatehouse now. Yep, my giants are in. The gatehouse is going to be in our control, and that's it. We win. Not a big surprise. The enemy garrison was... Yeah, the Griffin did take a lot more damage than I thought. The Griffin's kind of hit and miss for me on here, Regina. It's like sometimes it seems really good, and sometimes it seems really bad. The Cerberus seems really good. Like, I didn't have a lot of problem getting some good value out of the Cerberus in all the multiplayer battles I played. So he may be a better one to go after. So Yeah, there's our blood totem. Looks very nice. Men of great stature, so I'm assuming giants can be recruited here? Yep. Wonder if we should get some more giants. Well, actually I don't think we can recruit them because we can't build the right building because... Or, yeah, no, we can. They come from the main chain for us. Okay. Giant spearmen, giant bowmen, and then giant champions. Giant champions... Check out their stats real quick. So they have armor piercing and anti-large damage. 60 armor. They look really cool. It looks like a bunch of Goliaths or something. Cerberus is a good boy, though, so he should be fine. Yeah, Cerberus is definitely just a misunderstood fluffy puppy, you know. Kind of like with the vampires and their misunderstood puppies. Alright, oh, we must have had an earthquake or something. So let's hold off on that and repair these buildings. Actually don't have enough to repair that one, but we'll wait till the next turn. It's not a big deal. We need to repair those buildings. Our hero here is recruiting the bowmen, so we can't move at the moment. Frozen agents. Spy. Wounded for one more turn. Alright. Thought the Griffin was definitely going to die. Yeah, I don't think he was getting that close, but it's taking more damage than it should have. It could have been from the towers and some of the stuff on the way in, but like I said, sometimes he does like really, really good in combat. Sometimes just kind of really meh. I haven't really figured it out yet. You know, what exactly the Griffin's great at. It's been kind of hit and miss for me. This is me defending a garrison. I don't think there's any way we can stop these giants. Unless we were to get exceptionally lucky. I'll try, but I'm not expecting much here. They have centaur fighters as well, so again, I'll try, but I'm not expecting much. This would have to go extraordinarily well for me in order to work. We'd basically need the AI to charge into a single choke point, and then for my ambushers to be able to do enough damage fast enough that we still have enough infantry left to fight back after killing the giants. Possible. It's possible. We're not outnumbered. I think we're just kind of outclassed here. And see, this is the... What dangerous situation I'm in here. I really need these guys to come through a single choke point. But all possible. So I'm going to deploy here, hoping that the AI will just kind of bottle in straight towards me, whether they come here or here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sword skirmishers behind them, the spears, and my ambushers behind them. And my hope is that the giants will just eat so many javelins that this will be pretty much over before it begins. So, I don't know. I don't have a ton of experience with cheesing the AI in these sieges. I can't even see my units right now, so that may not be great for me. By the time they get to the top of this hill, though, they should spot me, and then I'm hoping they'll kind of just charge in and get wrecked. Okay, I'm visible now. It's possible, though, the AI might try and just go around me. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to act here. It's a little bit new to me. Centaur fighters went around me for the moment. That is weird. The rest of their army is just sitting out here. It's actually a little bit frustrating. My spears have no shields, so I'm gonna have to fall back off that and come stop them from this capture. Okay, the rest of the troops are moving forward. No, no, hang on. What the heck is going on? What are you... I didn't give you all a movement order. Get back in here. You guys are about to get out of position and really screw me up. Are the Giants going to ignore me too? Nope, they're going to come for it. Okay, alright. So we should get a significant number of javelins. No, now the Giants are pulling off and heading elsewhere. Into these centaur fighters. I'm going to bring some axemen this way because the giant vanguards are completely bypassing me at the moment. Should be able to do a lot of damage to that spearman. And now the giant vanguard are turning and coming back this way. Alright, wow, we wrecked that spearman, so that's really nice for us because I am taking damage from their archers, so it's good for me to get something good in this train. Or trade. Charge speed and strider. That is really not very good of an ability. It's really kind of lame, in fact. Hit those giants. The giants are healing. Just unload a bunch of javelins on them. It's my lord to get some shots on them. We got rid of their centaur fighters. The giants are kind of just standing back here. I'm getting a lot of javelins into them, but it's not causing a lot of damage. I don't know if that's their heal. I think it's the heal. Could also just be that they have very good shields. Alright, the giants have now come down into combat. This is going to be bad for me. A general manner of speaking. I've almost used all my javelins and we're doing extremely little damage to the giant vanguard, so that has me quite worried. Not gonna lie. That has me a little worried here. Need to countercharge these giants. Maybe I do. They just use their healing ability too, so that sucks. Right, yeah, we are getting pounded over here. That giant vanguard is really tanking. I'm doing everything I can. I've thrown every javelin I've got into that fight. I'll try and go just overload the giants. Oh, we did it. We broke their leadership. Chase those guys. Alright, well this is very good news for me. And this giant vanguard's actually not doing well up against all my spearmen. That is also really good news for me.
Your warriors have been routed.
Oh, where we got routed at? Oh, right here. Chase those giants. Don't you dare let those giants come back to fight me. Don't you dare. We've got better speed than they do, so I'm gonna chase those guys until the sun sets. I've got my ability too that should speed me up and get me all over them. I'm gonna send one unit to continue this pursuit and another unit to come back and kind of just hold home base. Feeling pretty good now. They got some militia back here, but I'm into their light bowmen. Their light bowmen still had some ammo left. For some reason, my guys totally lost their attack order on this giant vanguard, so that's great. The giant vanguard's back in the fight now because my guys didn't follow orders. I even gave them the special ability to make sure that they would continue to follow my orders, and they didn't. Look at speed 48, speed 35, and the giant vanguard is outrunning me. So this must be another CA please moment going on here. Like, what is this? Like, what even is that? Like, why have a speed on a unit if it means nothing? I don't understand that.
Your hero.
Can anybody explain that to me? Am I missing something? I thought I saw the speed there. These guys shouldn't be outrunning me. They're at speed 35 and they're outrunning a unit with speed 46. I mean, my speed shows that it's lower, but I mean the stat would reflect that as well, I believe. Just ignore these guys and chase those giants. Oh crap. Oh crap. Run away. It's not good. This giant vanguard that should have been dead is now back. And it's chasing my lord. And this one I can't catch, even though I should be able to catch it. And that seems fair. Oh my gosh, they're freaking wrecking me. They could ruin this whole battle right here. Right here, they might ruin this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come on, get me out of there. Nope. We got routed. That's great news. That's just great news. These guys outran me and then came back from routing and healed. I have 11, no. Now they're at speed 52. I don't get it. It showed their speed is slower and now their speed is back. I'm so confused. There's a lot of CA please going on right now with the speed. There is plenty of CA please going on with the speed issue at the moment.
The foe has sighted your hidden units.
I just hope my spears can stop these giants. I don't know that we can though, because our morale is faltering because my general routed. If they'll hang in the fight, they might have a chance. Look, these guys are now just running away. Like, I beat the crap out of them. Now they're just like, see you later. Yeah, look at that. My guys wouldn't stay in the fight. They won it the first time and won it handily, and now I'm getting chased away. So I was going to win, and now we're going to lose. And this doesn't help that these guys can just turn around and run straight through me and run away either. Dadgummit. We had this one. Now they're getting even more heals. Now we're definitely going to lose. They're about to hit their cap, but still, that's a mess. I can't afford to have them gain any hit points right now. Their lord is still in good health. My spear unit is slow to catch up with this other vanguard, who will probably get another healing off as well.
Take care. You are losing ground.
Yeah, I know. It's not exactly my fault. I gave an attack order on the giants, and my guys didn't follow it. They stopped running after them. So it's not like I didn't try to stop myself from being screwed over. Come on, get away. Get over here. We're gonna get stomped by this giant here. We caught this one. Chasing it from behind, but I'm guessing my leadership and stuff won't hold. Those spears did decently against the giants when they had the right situation.
Ready for war! Attack! Fully prepared! Of course!
Come on, come on, come on. Do it! They're not gonna do it. I don't know how they won the fight so easy the first time and they're getting absolutely clubbed the second time. I guess, yeah, and there's another heal. I'm trying, folks, but I just don't know that we got this one in us. We did shatter that giant unit. That's good news. This spearman may come back from routing. I don't know if it will or not. This unit is now shattered too, so we've got a few spearmen left. We've got my lord.
By Ares, your warriors are rallying.
Yes, they are. By Ares, I need them over here. In a big hurry. These guys heal capped, though, so at least I don't have to worry about any more healing. Their lord still has ammunition. That's bad news for me. Good news for them.
Bring Havoc! Combat ready!
Aristea, I just about forgot to use it.
For the Achaeans!
That should help me in the power bar by quite a lot, actually. The giants did not countercharge me there, which should also help, and then I should get a charge from these spearmen. I really don't care about those archers. I just want my other spearmen over here. My general is healing. I'm gonna bring him in to see if we can kind of help demoralize these giants. If we could shatter these giants, we might be able to pull this back. Oh no! These guys routed. They didn't even get touched by that unit either. That's frustrating. But good news is the giant vanguard is shattered. That actually kind of turns this back to my favor, unless this guy, he has built up all of his Aristea, so that is gonna be, we could still lose, is what I'm saying. There's a chance we could still lose this. I've got another unit way out here, though. Oh no, he shattered! I don't know why he shattered, but he shattered. Wow. That was close. That was close. I was actually pretty convinced we were going to lose that. I did not expect to turn that around. I had some things go poorly for me that you all saw there. And some things go well, some go poorly. And at the point that took place, though, in the end, I was just like, there's no way we're going to win this. And then we did. A little bit shocked. Hang on. Oileus wants me to give him all of this to get a peace treaty with him. His strength rank is 50, and mine is 4. This guy's clearly not much of... Yeah, you could have just hit rematch from the end. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they did that, Regina. Good point. I didn't know we could fight the rematch just like that. That is neat. You don't even have to save scum, then. This is insane. Like, CA, please. I have the strength rank 50 losers who are losing, demanding that I give them all of my resources. Quite frankly, resources that they already have a bunch of and they're not even interested in. I mean, this guy has something wrong in the head. That is probably the worst offer I've ever seen from an AI in any Total War game. That is like, his name's Oileus because he's selling snake oil. I mean, used car salesmen that don't try that hard. Agent activity, ready for duty. All right, we got our agent back. I'm going straight back for her. I want this lady gone. There was only a 1% chance my agent was wounded. Wow, man, she struck gold that first time we attacked her. Decisions. There we go. All right, so the 44 Magnum toting enemy agent lady has been taken care of. What's this? It's a giant statue here. Anybody know what that is?
Glory beckons.
I think I'm gonna just keep on the move with Odysseus. Unless they have a big army garrisoned up here. They have an army. Let's see what their garrison looks like. Horus. 9 in the garrison, 7.
Wisdom in
I feel like we got them.
Spill some blood.
It's giving them better chances than they deserve, so let's just fight it. CA being salty. CA is always salty, and then I'm always salty too, because, you know, I'm a Carthaginian, so... Alright, here we go. It was so weird what it was showing on the stats of those giants. It was showing them being slower than me. They were definitely still running at their original speed, which was in the 50s. I could understand why the giants would be faster than a typical unit because they're rather large and they have larger legs. And so that part wasn't what was it, but when I was looking at the stats, it was saying the giants should be slower than me, but there they are running at their normal speed, so that's the part that was confusing to me, is that CA was listing their speed as something lower, but then it was not that, clearly, because they were outrunning me. So that was a very confusing sequence of events for me. That was very confusing. Just gonna tank up in kind of a pretty standard formation here. I want my Hydra Priest over here, because the Hydra Priest could actually be very good in these small settlement battles, because he has that area of effect poison damage. Javelins It's over here to support. Get Odysseus on this side. Got Giants and Hydra Priest supporting there, so let's bring the Griffin over here. Okay.
The foe has sighted your hidden units.
See if we can cut through that hero. Push further into the settlement. These guys a bit of extra speed. One of the Giants forward. I'm trying to get a bunch of javelins into that archer hero back there because I think we can just kill him off real quick. It'll help my swords try and take this guy out a little quicker. They get heal. Oh, it's a giant unit that's healing back here. Ooh, rest in pieces. Might be rough for me, but I can bring Odysseus up to try and heal my own troops here while I fight down this giant. Let's push. Push. Giant skirmishers. It's actually going to be a bit problematic as well. Okay, how are we doing over here? Griffin. Let me punch through here. Let's bring the Griffin down to help silence this fight a little quicker. Alright. Let's put a few javelins into this guy who's fleeing. Make sure he stays fleeing. Okay, how are we doing over here? Odysseus needs to grant some healing to these units because they're fighting that giant spearman. I'm gonna bring Odysseus over here and start shooting those slingers a little. Use my Hydra Priest. Can his poison ability, if it can reach these giant skirmishers, that'd be great. I don't know how effective it's gonna be. Hopefully it'll be good. It's good against standard type units. I don't know if it's good against giants. Oh, they just immediately popped off their healing. How cheeky of them. Well, I rarely see the AI use an ability in a way that was actually kind of intelligent. As much as I hate to have to give them credit. Credit to the AI. That was actually a pretty cheeky move there. It was not expected.
Victory is close enough to taste.
Okay. Shoot up these slingers.
The enemy hero.
Well, as long as it's the enemy hero and not mine, I'm down with that. Speed these guys up a little bit so we can move them in, kill some skirmishers, get our bird up and away. Alright. We throw our Hydra Priest in here, let him get a little action. We are killing these slingers pretty quickly. That's good news. It says that victory's near at hand, but it always ends up taking forever to get the AI to actually rout, and it's kind of frustrating because you just continue to take more and more losses. It's kind of like the game's admitting, it's like, yeah, you're about to win, but we're not really going to just, let you do that, so feel free to suffer a few more losses while you wait on the actual victory to come around. See if we can beat down the leadership on those giants. There they go. So Odysseus coming in clutch there with the demoralizing. And that'll finish it, folks. Definitely better than what the auto-resolve would have given us. Wait, Nikki can't lose salt pennies.
You have lost a victory point.
What is this? Is this the Twilight Zone? I've never seen Nikki ever lose salt pennies. I don't even think that's possible. There we go. CA has no such thing as AI bias. I know. As Spiffing Brit would say, the auto-resolve is perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced, okay? No doubt about it.
Shining Odysseus.
Perfectly balanced system. Never had anything wrong with it. Are these guys really still alive?
I'll have to refuse.
That's Oileus? That's old Oily Man? Right here?
With honor.
This is the guy that was demanding all my food and money? This is him?
Moving as ordered.
We found Oileus. I'm gonna go challenge him to a duel. I don't know if my character's actually any good at dueling, but I'm gonna go challenge him to a duel. You can do that in this game, right? I haven't messed with it a whole lot because honestly I never did really care for the dueling system in Three Kingdoms. Thought it was kind of dumb. But in this case, I'll make a special exception. Here's our Warriors of Artemis here. Let's take a look at these ladies. I haven't gotten to see these units up close yet. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty cool getup they got going on here. Barefoot, like dignified white Greek robe, some of them wearing the skin there. Sweet looking bows. Yep. Yeah, those look awesome. I like this. Alright, there's gotta be some unshielded units up here for us to hit too. They got light swordsmen. These clubs, I think, are unshielded. They are. The clubs are the unshielded unit that I would like to get a hold of. My leader. Try and get in the melee. Alright, Warriors of Artemis, let's go after... Odysseus was favored by Athena in lore. Ooh, I like the arrow colors on the Warriors of Artemis as well. It has like that cool, like, kind of blue glow to it. Down here, heavy sword skirmishers are engaged. Oileus is trying to come take out my new warriors. They hit him with something that debuffed him there. What does their debuff do? Let me pause it real quick and remind myself what their debuff does. I can't remember. Okay, it's 10 morale. Does it affect my own troops? I don't think it does, so these archers are going to be really helpful. Oileus is just grease for the wheels and Ithaca's Trojan horses. Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself, Cullen. Well done. Thanks for being here. Legamus, thanks for being here too.
Of course, your loved ones will be bereft. Now you die. Feel my might.
I think I have to use it on a different unit.
Expect great deeds.
I'll paint the ground with your gut. Your hero is under attack.
Alright, my hero is dueling here. I don't think it's like an actual legit duel, but it is one-on-one. And he is winning. Easily.
Foe killer.
I don't think we can actually use this. Alright, there we go.
Be prepared.
What do we have? Spearmen still fighting over here? How is that even possible?
No mercy.
Let's get my Warriors of Artemis up here and shoot these spearmen and other things so that they'll just start routing. Snipe, stalk, serrated edges. Ooh, I love it. Forest fighter. Nice. These are some cool units. Got some interesting traits here. Right, that should lower the morale of those guys and help rout them. Yep, did the trick rather nicely. Now I'm gonna do it to these guys up here. It doesn't appear to affect me. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty slick ability.
One of your units has
So I'm liking these Warriors of Artemis. Legimus said Oileus is making a slick getaway. Ooh, I love it. The puns are strong with Legimus. Oileus is making one slick getaway. There we go.
I have done well.
Yes, you did. You killed that oily jerk.
Great deeds await.
We get to level up our leader here too. So extra recruit rank. Yeah, I'm not interested in recruit rank. Ammunition to missile units could be fun, and missile resistance for all units is actually really good. And this one gives armor-piercing damage to missile units with extra missile resistance. This one gives extra reload skill and even more missile resistance. I'll probably take the extra reload skills. Armor-piercing is nice, but I mean, our archers aren't armor-piercing to begin with, so an extra 15% to an already low number is going to be pretty meaningless, I think. Okay, so missile damage, missile units, range of missile units, range of javelin units, but I mean 10%, let's say the range is 70, 80. I mean another 7 or 8, it's just not going to be that big of a difference. Tack that on to the 6%. Still going to be pretty minor. I like the missile damage thing better. Let's go down that route. There we go, I like it. Who names their kid Oileus? That's a good question. That is a fair question. I am open to explanations. This music is really cool, by the way. Alright, we buffed the melee defense of our light infantry. I'd like to buff their melee attack now. And then this drop of upkeep cost would be really good too. And replenishment rate would be very nice. So these were some nice upgrades there. We can upgrade our heavier infantry now too. I have the music down lower because it gets too loud sometimes and it'll overpower whatever I'm narrating, so I don't have it up any louder because it can end up getting in the way sometimes when you're trying to record. Alright. Is Oileus any relation to Grecius? Probably so, Wok. Probably so. They sound related. Oileus' father was named Olivus. Olivus Oileus. Sounds like a Roman. Oh man, I love it. The puns are very, very on point, folks. No. Just leave me alone. Oh man. Gotta deal with another army here? Well, we ain't winning this one. I am afraid Ajax the Lesser is gonna have the better of us in this engagement. When I catch and kill him in battle, though, I'm going to make Ajax the Lesser even lesser. He didn't even occupy the settlement. He came in for a quick hit and just took off running. So Diomedes is declaring war on us. He's allied with Athena. A non-aggression partner with Argos, so what the heck is Argos doing here? I'll call Sparta to help me because might as well. Senshi, thanks for joining us tonight. Alright, our cult level is up for Ares. Take a look at Divine Will, by the way. Did I need Zeus's favor higher? anybody okay, favor decay. -10. Okay, so favor decay is just in general. We got full favor with Ares. Oh, we can recruit Spartoi. Oh, yes, 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 yes.
That will not work.
We can recruit Spartoi.
Favored by Athena.
Here they are. Is it like one per turn, maybe? Spartoi are an undead spear unit, essentially. I don't need them as badly in Odysseus' army. Let's move up a little.
Foes, beware.
Need to get eyes on the settlements.
On the way.
Yeah, they're pretty weak.
Spill some blood.
I'm gonna go ahead and just auto-resolve this. I think it'll be safe. Alright. Occupy. Oh, we lost a unit in the auto-resolve. Let's grab a Spartoi unit, which is a heavy spear unit. It's immune to flanking. Does good damage against large, albeit it's a rather slow unit. This is the cost. Upkeep is just food. Ooh, that's some cool sound effects going on. Look at this. Is this Mount Olympus over here? Love it. Looks awesome. Nice backdrop. I'm telling you, man, CA was on point with some of the art and stuff, and the sound in this game. We're definitely on point.
Well versed in combat.
Your cause has
Alright, we got rid of another rival.
has not.
Let's see. Did we not? Oh, we didn't put this extra point in here. Make it harder for enemy agents to succeed against him.
A noble warrior.
They sacked Oita here. But my army can still go ahead and an ambush, which is 25% of my campaign. So let's move to here.
Moving as ordered.
Okay, now let's lay our ambush.
Get into cover.
Very well motivated at the moment. We're definitely cutting a swath through our enemies here. Dorians are in bad shape. They're not going to last much longer. Still not getting the high influence stuff here either. And influence is on the rise. Let's see how we're doing here. It should be on the rise here too. I don't have a way to make it really go up any faster. These provinces. It's on the rise here. It's very slow rise. I don't know why Dorian influence is on the rise here. Is it because... Is the settlement being back here? Yeah, I guess so. That'd be because of that. I need to get to that settlement, but I don't have another army back here that can really pay any attention to it. We could pull up another army here. As long as we don't put a lot of good units in it. Got enough food, like even if we go in the negative for a while, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's find a new hero. Motivation if he wins a battle. Motivation if he ends the turn in an own province with a positive populace. Loses motivation for losing, that makes sense. And loses motivation if he ends a turn in an own province with a negative populace. Okay. I guess I'm not terribly worried about a negative populace. I mean, maybe I should be. Guess I could have gone in here and looked. When they say negative populace, I'm assuming it means that it's going down. I like Air's version of the Trojan War. While all the Greeks went to Troy, Odysseus decided to put Greece under new management. Hey, you know,
I've got what it takes.
opportunity knocks. Take what you can get while you can get it. Oh, I forgot I can't recruit anything worth anything. Could just make a trash stack, though. Let's just make a trash stack. And then I'll use my trash stack to hold or retake small settlements like that. Yeah, we need the extra influence here because we're missing out on a lot of extra food and bronze. And with this settlement here, it's screwing things up too.
King Odysseus.
Turn here. The Legend of Total War stack. Hey, when you're just trying to get the auto-resolve to be in your favor, sometimes just having a lot of troops is all you need. And certain kinds of troops sometimes will stack up the odds in your favor too. Like archers and stuff sometimes will overload auto-resolves. So Argos confederated with Mycenae. Ambush got foiled, but that's no biggie. Who foiled our ambush?
Your cause.
I see an agent here.
Bring me victory.
Oh, there is one here. I don't know, maybe he saw us on the way back over here or something. These guys might sally out and attack me. Otherwise, I'm gonna hold them here.
Show your mettle.
We can use those Warriors of Artemis to lower morale properly. Should give us some nice advantages. Is there a masochistic hero who gets more motivated when he loses? I don't know, Cullen, but that would be pretty funny. Man, our spy is brutal. He's just wiping enemy agents right off the map.
Victory awaits.
Oh, we don't need to go up there. Macedon? What the? Say I've heard of that.
Sword and with wit.
Okay, how's our trash stack coming along? Whoa, we're already in the negative with food, so that's good. We're already in the negative, and I only recruited one set of trashy units. That shouldn't have put me in the negative, because I was about 1,000 or so. Is it because I'm sieging, or maybe the season? I don't know what drives the food like that sometimes. So, let's see what we can do to add to food. This is a nice little buff to the amount of food we bring in. It just takes a lot of gold to build. But, I mean, I'm not using the gold at the moment, and we're gaining a fair bit of it. Don't have the wood to put this building in here and gain gold faster. Not sure gaining gold faster is really going to matter. I mean, it kind of does. Eventually, you're going to get rid of the deposit, and you're just going to end up tearing that building down anyway. Can't build anything else for food at the moment. Odysseus hasn't moved, but I don't really care at the moment. Achilles wants to barter. He's offering wood for bronze. I can afford this. We're pretty low on wood. And I don't mind making Achilles like me a little more. There you go, Nikki. He's rolling in the salt pennies now. Okay, so the Ajax the Lesser is going to sally out against my forces here. We get to Vanguard deploy most of our troops, and his better troops are going to be coming from the settlement. So if we can Vanguard all of our sword skirmishers and heavy sword skirmishers, we should be able to knock out Ajax and his troop rather quickly. Time to make him Ajax the least. Exactly. That is precisely what we're going to do. We're going to make him Ajax the least. So where did they deploy their troops is the question. Enemy reinforcements coming from over here. They could deploy anywhere along here. Going to put a fair number of sword skirmishers and heavy sword skirmishers right here in a main line. I'll take a number of these sword skirmishers, put them on this flank to potentially hold off the enemy reinforcements for a little while. Have the Achaean slingers position to help with that as well, and the same thing with our lord, or hero I should say. And then the warriors of Artemis, I'm going to bring them right up here. The idea of hopefully getting some shots in to destroy morale early. Okay. Fire at will on, but I don't want skirmish mode.
The enemy is receiving reinforcements.
Okay, dang, I deployed just a little off here, but it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Let's try and get my heavies into this renowned club warrior. I can't quite reach him though, unfortunately. The warriors of Artemis, they're out of position, which kind of stinks because they're an important part of my plan. Okay, let's... Slingers, let's start putting some fire into these unshielded club warriors. Warriors of Artemis. Put some shots into these renowned club warriors. Around this flank with 2 units, and let's chase down these javelins. I'm going to... Oh, increase speed on the wrong unit. Misclick. It got magnetic on the wrong unit there. So we were kind of overmatched right here. I can go ahead and move these units into a better position. But my slingers helped nullify some of the lead that the enemy had here. Our warriors of Artemis are having a really nice effect on morale here. And we chewed through this fight very quickly. Our harpies up here. Caught the heavy javelin throwers. Heavy javelin throwers may be tough in melee, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes, because those are just sword skirmishers that I've brought up. Put some shots here. These guys out. Alright. Pause this for a minute, because I got a lot going on. Find the right target for my slingers. Probably these heavy javelin throwers. Then I'm going to take... I'm going to just kind of back my harpies up for a minute. I'm not ready to go chasing their units with them yet. Here's Artemis. Okay, they demoralized them. Let's start working on these club warriors next. Them demoralized and out of the fight. We just got rid of the enemy hero over here. So again, I'm going to slow it down for just a minute so I can reassign some units into their next brawl. We did really well against the heavy skirmishers there, actually. I'm going to give these spearmen something to think about. I'm not really worried about those heavy javelin throwers anymore. I might take my slingers and address this archer unit out here, and then take my harpies. It's a little bit early to just go dive bomb this stuff, but soon. We could dive bomb Ajax the Lesser here and make sure he doesn't get back into the fight, so let's do that. And the warriors of Artemis can continue to demoralize these main fights over here. Throw a bunch of light swords into there to help reinforce.
Your warriors have been routed.
Doing good. Our lord is doing fantastic in this duel. Doing not so great in that fight. Speed this unit up because I'm trying to bring it back to give some support. If I bring this unit in, I can probably... I don't really want both my harpies involved in this. I need to chase Ajax the Lesser. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the harpies back to this part of the battlefield. Warriors of Artemis. Put a shot on him real quick so that hopefully he doesn't come back from routing, but I'll bet he will anyway. Lost some lights on one flank here. But our morale impacts are having a very nice effect here. I'm gonna go after archers. The enemy army has a lot of units that are trying to rout. Slingers, spears, swords. Fortunately, we're not going to be able to reroute him, but I need my Warriors of Artemis over here. When am I going to get my RSD? I've been fighting this guy like the entire battle.
Strike hard! Your blood will soak the earth.
Words of cheap.
Let's kind of keep pushing this way. Oh, yeah, we're doing very well over here. This is great. This is just a big blob mess for the enemy. It is not going well for them. So weird. We're building rage, like, so slow. I've been fighting, like, non-stop since early into this fight, and we're building rage extraordinarily slow. Get some of our light units back into this fight. I'm actually pretty impressed with the way these harpies and harpy fiends are performing, though. Like, they're doing really quite well.
Fully armed. Retreat!
Oh, this guy got his Aristea. We got rid of their leader. So Ajax the Lesser is our last fight here, and he's all pumped up on Aristea right now. Might give him some mess from all my skirmishers. Yeah, there he goes. He's going to be hurting for leadership now.
No hesitation. This is your last battle.
Okay. There goes the full-on shatter. And Ajax the Lesser. He may be the lesser, but he's still a nice archery target. Just absolutely peppering him with missiles right now. I'm gonna fast forward. I think we might actually kill him off here, which would be pretty hilarious.
The enemy hero
There he goes. Loser. Alright, Ajax the Lesser dying to chicken ladies. He did get attacked by harpies. But to be fair, the harpies did pretty darn good. I expected him to get jacked up by these heavy javelins, but they really didn't. They did really well. They did very well. You taught him a lesser? That's right. We did teach him a lesser. Wait a minute. I just fought a battle here. Let me get this right. I just fought. And here comes Oileus to their defense. I just defeated Oileus like 2 turns ago. So I beat these guys, and then on the very next turn, Oileus comes up and wants to help them as well. So I really need to be off of here because it's time for me to be off, but I've got to defeat Oileus here. I'm not letting him get away with this. He's going down. It's annoying though because they just like keep getting reinforcements. Very typical of AI. It's like, hey, didn't you know? I have another army. I know you didn't see it, but yes, I have another army just off screen. Conveniently just off screen. And because I didn't get enough rage in that last one, I never got to heal with this guy, which leaves my board starting very weak here, which is really annoying. Even though I was fighting the entire battle, we just didn't get the rage points. I'm going to bring in the Harpies and see if I can help clean up these infantry fights a little bit faster than usual. I need to clean up Oileus in a hurry, because he's got reinforcements coming. The same people that we just beat down now get to come in as reinforcements to Oileus, and they got brand new heroes because I killed their own ones. So they're in the middle of a siege, but it's okay. We have a hero inside the city who can just take over. It's no biggie. Just promote the next guy. Alright, so our Harpies clean that up pretty quickly. I'm gonna try and keep dropping the leadership on this other club unit. See if we can knock it out.
Is under attack.
I imagine he is. Well, Oileus has got to heal himself. Little greasy jerk.
Go at them!
Shoot these ones. I need the extra debuff.
The foe has wounded your hero.
Really?
Die, you bastard!
I don't think so, Oileus. Regina told me about this new feature, and I'm taking advantage of it. I beat the living crap out of Oileus last time. Like, we mopped the floor with him. He did almost no damage to me at all. And then, when I fight him this time, hey, guess what? Suddenly Oileus is way better in melee than you are. I know you had like half your health, but it disappeared. It was extremely convenient. Well, I have a different plan for Oileus this time. That greasy jerk.
The enemy
Alright, here
is
we go.
receiving reinforcements.
It's gonna be a tough battle because we're outnumbered. And it's really frustrating that we're outnumbered because I beat these guys badly in the last battle. But even though I beat them badly, they got to get all new lords and come right back into combat, which was really frustrating. I'm gonna spread these Warriors of Artemis shots kind of across this entire formation. I'm gonna use that extra debuff and then hopefully combine it with the debuff from my Harpies here and see if we can clean up a big melee blob early over here. Like throw my Lord in here and everything as well, because the reinforcements are a ways off. I want to see if we can get like a quick break over here and get a whole bunch of troops off the field in a big hurry. Yeah, I mean, the morale is very, very poor for this blob right now.
Is under attack.
I know. Indeed he is. So I really want to clean this up in its entirety. They've just got one shielded spearman that's holding out in here. They're being hit by my Warriors of Artemis, but for some reason, I haven't routed yet. It's one just standard shielded spearman that's now completely surrounded. All of the troops around them are routing, but it is not. I need some light units to begin pushing through here. I need my Harpies up out of this fight too. I don't want them to get too beat up.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Slingers are doing a nice job here, but now I'm taking a ton of fire. This flanks, that's not great. We need Oileus's army out of this fight. We need it out quickly. You guys are just broken. They're not shattered. How did my Harpy shatter pulling out of a fight where every enemy was routing? Like, is there some amount of CA please I can apply to that? Start putting some shots down. That must have been a misclick that I made here. Oh my gosh, my sword skirmishers are getting owned by this bowman. Really bad for me. I can push some of these units off the map, though, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
The warriors have been routed.
I'm losing over here. Okay, now Oileus has really bad leadership. Okay, he's now routing. We can chase these units with some of our beat up kind of leftovers. Let's see if we can make that contagious over here. I'm just worried that they're going to get a whole bunch of their units back from routing, which certainly looks like the case. What is going on with this Harpy unit? I gave it an attack order on these guys and they didn't hold it, and now they came back from routing. I gave these guys an attack order out here and they didn't hold it, so now they're coming back from routing. I can just chase all these units off with a couple of light units. This would be such a massive victory for me. So in the meantime, let's bring all my heavies back to this flank, along with my lord, and we'll just let our beat-up light units get a whole lot of bang for their buck over here by chasing off a ton of different units. Let's take my Warriors of Artemis and see if we can put a quick rout on these light swordsmen that are fighting our harpies. Okay. You have an attack order on Oileus. You do not give up on that attack order, ever. Okay, do we understand? Okay. I'm gonna charge in. I'm gonna charge in with my heavy infantry. I lost my harpies over here. Yeah, so all of their units were routing, and I even put some... Oh, and look at this. Oileus was being chased and came back from routing while actively being pursued. Sure. I mean, this type of stuff is just very, very convenient for the AI. I have to admit. I wish that I got anywhere this much benefit of the doubt from AI in this regard. That is extremely convenient for the AI here.
In Ares' name.
I'm not building up rage quick enough that I'm probably going to be able to use it here, and I'm now in a melee with this dude. Definitely don't want that. Some shots on those bowmen. I need to be able to build up the rage, but I don't want to be fighting their lords until I can use my Aristea and get a bunch of healing. We are just getting beat. It's just, this is really frustrating because the only reason this is even a numbers game in their favor is because of Oileus. I don't think we can win this. This is really irritating. I'm just going to have to reload and run away from this battle because we can't win it. We just get overrun by numbers, which is really irritating because we just beat these armies. They just came out and fought us, and we beat them. And despite having beat them, we're now going to get trucked over. Wow, this is a great way for CA to take what felt like a satisfying victory and make it then feel really unsatisfying. I killed their leaders, and they have 3 leaders at full power. Like, why do I kill their leaders in battle if you're just going to bring their leaders back? Like, I understand they get to pick a new lord, but they're under a siege. They're under a siege. Don't give it to them. Like, quit stealing my victory. Like, if I hadn't given them new lords and stuff, that also would have made a big difference. The power bar and stuff. So it's really frustrating because the player wins a victory and then CA hands you a defeat for having won your victory. What? Like, it's really irritating. Keelan says, are you excited and are you going to play Age of Empires 4? Am I excited? No, not really. Am I going to play it? Yes. Some people might be wondering, well, Air, why are you not excited? Well, because Age of Empires 4 honestly just looks like a new version of Age of Empires 2. And I enjoy Age of Empires 3 more than I enjoy Age of Empires 2. Because the time period with the muskets and the gunpowder is just more interesting. The medieval time period is not of all that much interest to me. So yeah, so when someone asks, am I excited? The answer is no, not really. Not really. Am I going to play it? Yes. Will I like it? Sure, I might. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a shot, but no, I don't have a lot of hype for it. It's Age of Empires 2 too. Yeah, exactly, Regina. That's kind of why I'm not very excited for it. Like, this doesn't seem like they're gonna be doing anything like truly new and innovative with it. I'm sure it'll have some new features that Age of Empires 2 did not have, but I fail to believe that it's really going to have anything like terribly new about it. It's in the same time period, it's with the same factions, it's going to have a lot of the same, like it's not going to revolutionize anything, it's not going to be anything terribly new. I think it could be fun. I intend to play it because I like the Age of Empires series, but it makes me sad that we waited all these years for a title number 4, and that it's basically just an Age of Empires 2 Part 2. Like, that's depressing. For me, at least, like that you wait this long and it's basically just a remake of a title that they recently remade with a definitive edition. So yeah, it just not very exciting for me. But I think it'll be fun and I'll play it. So that's the reason why I haven't been jumping into like open betas and stuff with it, because I just don't care enough to go play the beta. I'll buy the game when it comes out and I'll give it a shot. But yeah, I'm not like excited enough to go jump in a beta or something. It'd be fun if they could combine the period transition from AoE 2 and 3. Yeah, it could be. Could be fun if you get to make that transition from the late medieval into like Renaissance or something. I think that could be a lot of fun. Anyway, I've got to go for tonight. All of my salty complaining about Oileus will have to be settled on the next episode, so I'm going to have to take care of him then and try and get my revenge. Thank you so much for all of you who are here tonight. I had a great time. Had a really fun time streaming with you, and I hope you had a good time here too. I will see you all on the next episode of the Odysseus campaign, and we'll take care of this greasy enemy of ours and his little friends. So see you then. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.